we go. We should be live. I'm going to give it just a few seconds and then say, hello, everyone, and welcome to What's Your Genesis? My talk show. This is the second official episode. Of course, I still count all my other interviews as episodes, but technically, this is the second official episode. And today, I have with me a very special guest. Apparently, he is a fox kami, or fox god of onsens, also known as hot springs. Nai Nohni. Why don't you just say hi to everyone real quick?
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Nai. I'm a fox kami that owns an onsen in the yokai realm. Don't ask me how I got to the demon realm, but there I am.
You weren't born in the demon realm then.
No, I just kind of I was born from the ocean. I was in league with other gods, and I don't know. I didn't vibe with them. I didn't really know. I didn't really feel like myself with them, I guess. They were kind of like doing their god things and not kind of interacting with humans. And I don't know. I just felt humans are interesting. So I
Humans
wanted
can
to
be
come.
interesting.
Yeah, I wanted to just see what they were all about. Like go down, see what the human realm is. And the demon realm is just kind of like closer to the bridge to the human realm. So
That's fair.
there I am. Yeah, yeah.
I love yokai lore from Japan and all that. I personally think it's some of the coolest lore you got for like creatures from other realms and all that. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Uh,
That and Greek mythology, but that's mainly because of Percy Jackson books.
yeah. Yeah, man. I think like a part of like a hobby of mine is just I think it stemmed from like early Final Fantasy games. You know, you get like the summons and the Guardian Force if you want to go to Final Fantasy 8 is what they're called there. I don't know,
Yeah.
just as a youngster, you're like, what are all these creatures that the names keep coming up? Then you just kind of search them on the internet and figure out their cultural origin and what they are, and then it just keeps going from there.
Yeah. I know for me, my big introduction into like, I don't, how do I like classify this? Like, it's just like, is it Kino no Mimi? Basically, humans with animalistic features. Was watching a YouTuber called Lost Paws play a game called Sakura Spirit.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
And that just threw me down the rabbit hole of, okay, well, what are like I don't know, I was very into learning about kitsune, fox spirits. And there's a reason why I tell everyone I meet, they're like, what is the best monster girl or monster boy to date? And I'm just like, it's fox girls and fox boys. You want to know why? Because they can shapeshift. So guess what? You date a fox, you're technically dating a lamia, you're dating a harpy, you're dating a frickin' a giant sphinx. You don't know. They can be anything.
It's whatever you want, whatever your heart's content, whatever your dreams.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I don't know. I just think that it's I don't know. Kitsune have such interesting lore behind them. They really do.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. For me, it was very like this made sense to me as like a little sly trickster and like I don't know. It's just
I like your design. I love it. It's so colorful and unique.
thank you. I designed myself.
It feels so original. Like, I mean, and you can say that about a lot of VTubers, but yours really shines to me as definitely an original design.
Yeah, like part of why I chose like an onsen kind of a deal, like hot spring stuff, is in 2016, before pandemic times, was the first time I traveled to Japan, and I took a bullet train from Tokyo. I mostly stayed in Tokyo. I took a
Yeah.
bullet train mid vacation to just up in the mountains. Took a bullet train, took a bus because it's the only way to like get up there to an onsen resort, and it was uh I'm gonna name drop the onsen. Takuragawa Onsen is literally because I've searched other onsens to go to when I want to go back,
Yeah.
And I keep coming back to this one. Like I must have picked the best one right away.
I think you might
Um,
have. Yeah, it sounds like it. I
it's
if I ever go to Japan, I need to go to an onsen.
it's so good. It's built in between like a river. There's baths on both sides of this river. It's in the mountains. There's like a mountain trail if you want to go hiking and stuff. Um, the whole building's all old school, like sliding doors, things like that, futons, tatami mats. You get a complimentary lunch and dinner, and you'll go to like the little food place, and then they'll have a little burner on your table, and you can just
Wow.
sit there and cook stuff.
That's
And
awesome.
if you want food later on, there's a little ramen shop like across the river. And
That
it
sounds
was
so
so
good.
it was so cool because I timed it pretty good. I went in the spring because I wanted to see the cherry blossoms and stuff. And
Yeah.
they only bloom, I guess, like a week or two. And I think I got there right when they started blooming.
Which is
Or it
so
was like
weird that a tree can live that long and it only blooms twice like for 2 weeks out of the
yeah.
whole year.
Yeah, I got there like mid full bloom or whatever. There's like a whole calendar for it every year that they put out. Um
Yeah.
But yeah, like the first day, I went on a weekday. There was nobody there. Like there was like maybe five other people. So I just
Oh
kind of like
wow.
had this place to wander around by myself. And it was like springtime. It was nice out. Did my chillin' for the day. And then I woke up and there was snow everywhere. Like in the middle of spring
Dude,
because we were up so high.
after seeing an anime, freaking like I've seen an anime a lot. I think I want to say Erased was a big one that did this, but I don't know 100% for sure. But I love the aesthetic of you go to an onsen and it's there's snow coming down. I don't know, something about that, just the combination of
Yeah.
hot water and snow. Ugh.
Yeah, it was I don't know. That because I've been to like Italy and Switzerland and stuff, like in
You've
Romania.
traveled a lot. Wow.
Yeah, like they all have their own like, unique things. But for me it was just that I don't know, man. It was just a weird magical experience because it was like, oh, spring. And then the next day, it's like there's like an inch or two of snow on everything. I'm like,
It is an island country, and islands. I mean, I've been to Hawaii. Islands change their like it's and not even just islands. If you live close to a mountain, like mountains, weather can change like within seconds. It can be beautifully sunny one second, the next thing it's pouring rain
yeah,
or
yeah,
snowing.
for sure.
I don't know. I think it's
Um,
just because the elevation and how humidity and all that works, and it just mountains are typically very wet places, and all the clouds go. They have to climb over the mountains to continue moving on.
Yeah, that's like why some places don't get rain because they're, the whatever wind currents are blocked by mountains, like a mountain range too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I jumped in the onsen and it's hot. It's the same temperature, right? And then the steam was coming up into making my hair wet, and then my hair was freezing.
That's dude. That sounds like such a great
It
experience.
was
Oh my
so,
god,
yeah, yeah, like it's so good. So naturally I had to base my character off of that experience.
that's awesome. So you're do you have any powers over ice in that case, or
Mostly water.
gotcha?
So I don't think I've told anybody in my community yet, but traveling uh to and from the yokai realm, obviously there's gates, the Torii gates, but
Mm-hmm.
I also use the water veins under the earth
Oh, that's
to just
cool.
travel around. Yeah.
Hmm.
Convenient. It's like a convenient highway.
Could you give us a hint as to when Yellowstone's gonna explode?
I can't say. It's ruled by a totally different uh
Different
person
spirit.
that I'm not necessarily allowed within a certain radius.
Dude, there needs to be a VTuber who's just the embodiment of Yellowstone and just like and they have to be a gamer who rages. They just have to. That way every time they rage, it's like I might if I rage, Yellowstone might go off.
Just rage quit all the time.
Oh my god.
Like
I think it'd be so funny.
that's
Oh
their
my
whole
god.
thing.
Oh man.
Speaking of super volcanoes, I found out. Oh yeah, like Yellowstone, like was like kind of the only one I really knew about. Um, but there's actually one next to Pompeii, like in the water, like under the water, like right off of the shore of Naples.
Well, that kind of makes sense because, Pompeii was the big, like, disaster, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's the same
Network of
like
volcanoes.
current of yeah, exactly, but like the crust moved over that time and maybe it's just shifted to a different location.
Something like that, or just like the crust has moved and now there's a new opening forming.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm
Interesting.
going I'm going back to Italy soon and I was like looking up stuff.
Man,
That's what I found.
I'm a bit jealous we can travel so much. I wish I had the money to travel like that.
I mean, honestly, like uh, you just it's all like it for me it's built off of playing RPG games for my whole entire life and you're like I want to save up my gold and my experience to get like the really cool stuff like later on because it's better, right? So
Mm,
I'm pretty good at saving money just because of that. But
gotcha.
yeah, just
I'm
take like
I'm not.
no, just take 20 bucks out of your paycheck and then move it somewhere else and forget about it.
Well, I do have a savings. I do transfer money to my savings. The big thing that for me though, I just wish I had more money to do some of the other stuff. Like, for one, I'd like to host more big events. I've been enjoying that with VTubers. I've been hosting game show well, I want to host a game show, but I've been hosting a lot of tournaments and stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I think you turned up to the first one I ever hosted, which was in Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah. That was fun.
It was very fun to watch that. I definitely am refining it over time how I'm gonna host the event, but I'm enjoying hosting it.
Yeah, nice.
Oh man. Also, I meant to do this earlier, but I mean, you kind of already gave a little bit of introduction. But like, I was gonna ask you, to tell us a bit about yourself and what you do, and that could go for
Oh yeah,
content
yeah.
creation as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do digital art streams. Mostly anime style. But it's kind of like my own style that I developed just over my entire life of drawing and wanting to learn to draw and create things.
Hmm.
Um, and then not non-art stuff. I mostly like horror games,
Oh my God,
but
you and me
I'm
are the opposite there. Like, you're good at art and like horror. I'm bad at art and hate horror.
no, it's all in the mind.
Oh my God, you don't understand how many times people try to tell me to tell me that. But it's like for me, I as a kid, my family tried to show me the movie Gremlins, and I couldn't watch it. It was too
Oh,
scary.
oh no.
I mean, I literally will run out of the room if there's a horror movie. I get out of there. It's like I'm not watching this. I don't like being scared. I don't like the feeling of having fear if I can avoid it because I can be paranoid enough as is sometimes. Like if it's
Okay,
too
yeah.
dark, like if like I now can sleep in the dark, but I used to have to sleep with a nightlight because I was scared of the dark.
Oh no. I mean, yeah, I was too. Like I needed a nightlight, but I don't know. I feel like I used to be afraid of stuff, like horror movies and things like that. Um, but then it was kind of like I don't know. It was like know your enemy kind of a thing. So
Yeah,
then I embraced it kind of, and then I learned more about it. And I think there's a lot of fear in just unknowing, like fear of the unknown. So once you figure out what it's all about, it's like less spooky or whatever. And
yeah,
then yeah, then I worked at a couple of haunted houses in my day because they're fun.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
as like somebody that scares people. Uh, but I don't know. I was just there. I think you kind of get desensitized a little bit to that, and then you're like, man, nothing really scares me anymore. Like once you get to that point, so then it's
I
about
mean, that's why okay. There was one time I was streaming Alien Isolation or recording it,
yeah.
and I was recording multiple parts. I think, and sadly, frickin' all that footage is deleted now off YouTube
Oh
and all
no.
my PCs. Um, excuse me. But one of the parts I just hated the recording because I shut off my brain. I was like, this game, like, treat this as a video game. It's not scary. And I literally, it became the least interesting reactions ever to a horror game. It was like, I was completely straight faced. I was like, oh, that's kind of freaky. It's like, I wasn't monotone, but it's just like, I had the most boring reactions. It's like, if I'm not getting in the mindset of being scared of a horror game, I just am not having fun as well. Like, if I'm playing a horror game, it's more like, I'm not enjoying this because there's not enough. I think the fun of a horror game comes from how scared you are, and if you're not
Yeah.
scared of the game, you get more. You find less enjoyment because it's like, well, now I'm just playing through the story and I'm not getting scared. And the main aspect is less gameplay mechanics because you're supposed to be scared.
That
It's
makes
not.
sense.
It's not like it's not like Halo where the main aspect of the game is fighting the enemies.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more like you're supposed to be a little bit scared.
Yeah, I feel the same too, because I like playing horror games, but then I watch other VTubers and streamers play and that are generally like more afraid than I. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty good content because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's interesting to see their expressions and their emotion over it.
What I really need to do is I need to play a horror game that I've not watched anyone else play yet. That's the
Yeah.
big thing. So I feel like there's a couple of them. Like I think Cry of Fear is one that people were trying to tell me I should try. It's old, but it's apparently scary. I could also just play through the Resident Evils because I haven't watched many people play them at all.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel it. I remember being frightened as a child from Resident Evil 1 with shitty CGI. What the
Yeah.
first zombie CGI
Oh my
I
God.
had
Like,
I had nightmares from.
dude, I remember the reason I have to crack my neck is because I once had a nightmare of do you know Halo and all that? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. I had played it when I was like in middle school or high school. And I played it, and when I played it, the newer graphics all of a sudden gave me a nightmare that night. And I like about my family being infected by the flood, and like my aunt
Oh
walked up to me, and her
no.
voice slowly turned into like the Gravemind's voice, and because of that, like I woke up and I sat up in my bed for like 3 hours, and I basically like pushing my neck down, kind of like sticking my neck out like a bird, kind of, and just like trying to protect the back of my neck. And so after 3 hours of doing that, my neck was the stiffest like the
Oh my
stiffest thing
god.
ever. And so I had to crack it so much because I hurt. Oh my God.
That kind of makes sense because if you never watched like horror movies and stuff up until that point, then the flood is kind of like
Oh,
your first
the flood's
you,
definitely not the first horror thing I've ever encountered.
well, no, like your first like mutation monster. Because
Uh,
for me it was the thing
nah, that's
because
fair.
the flood is like straight out of kind of like that movie that
Yeah, yeah.
infection of a person turning into an alien thing.
But the
It's
first
just
time I
like
played
an amorphous
Halo,
blob.
the first time I played Halo was actually back in like 2004, 2005. So I was pretty young when I played it. But when I had the nightmare, it was like 2016, so maybe earlier. Like it could be 2010 through 2016. It's one of those years. It was when
Yeah,
I had the
yeah.
nightmare about the flood. I've had some very, very visual, distinct nightmares.
Eh, Have you ever lucid dreaming is fun too.
I've only done it once.
You need like a cat that will like kind of wake you up throughout the night in increments of time.
What does that help you lucid dream?
Yeah, so the point of like lucid dreaming is like being you wake up a tiny bit throughout different increments of time. So like say like every 10-20 minutes you woke up like a tiny bit and then you rolled over or something, opened your eyes a smidge and then went back to sleep
Yeah.
because it's giving your brain like a reality check of like what
Well,
I don't know.
I thought lucid dreaming was just controlling your dreams, knowing you're in a dream and knowing
It
and like
is
okay. So you're just saying it's
because
easier to trigger it that way.
yeah, because your brain is kind of you're waking up a little bit. It's easier to control your dream and what's going on and like
Gotcha.
what you want to see more and like what you want to do a little bit
I was gonna
because it's giving your brain kind of like a reality check of like physics and real life and stuff like that. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Also, why is chat asking to have your brain juice?
Oh, my people are here.
They are. They said,
My
yeah,
people.
they said, ask if I can have his brain juices because I am tired. JK, JK, unless.
We yeah, that was a couple of streams ago. We were talking about that.
Oh man. Boy. So what chose you to go with the like for in terms of like VTubing, what chose you to go down the fox aesthetic?
The foxhole.
The foxhole, yeah.
I think it's just it's more because I also had like the ideas of I want to make a marketable character, not something that's completely off the wall that people aren't going to connect with, I think.
That's fair.
So, yeah, it's just that and like Inari shrines was another thing I went and looked at in Japan when I was there.
Do you have a
Um
mascot for him?
I don't yet.
Because I'm just thinking like a little blue fox that sits on your
Yep.
shoulder, or like you can sell as a plush would be great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have like just a whole model like changeover to like a little blue fennec fox
Or you
at
can
some
just,
point.
or have it sit on your I mean, yeah, that, but also having a version where you can have that same image but on your shoulder or something.
Yeah, yeah, I'm also not sure, you know how people have like mascots of their chat? I'm not really
Yeah,
sure what that entails yet. It's got to be some type of like yokai creature or something, but yeah, I
yeah.
don't know.
Kind of reminds me of the fact there's a VTuber out there who their chat is the anime girl and he's the octopus that sits on her head,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which I think is
Yeah,
so unique.
I've seen a couple of those and I'm like, "Huh, that's fucking clever."
It's very clever. I don't know how he set it up with to have the model open its mouth whenever chat talks, but that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. Admiral Baru was the first one that I saw like that. He's like a little panda,
Oh,
but
really?
he's being held in just a girl's VTuber arms under her boobs.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I don't know. And that was like a couple of years ago. I don't know if he stopped being a VTuber because he wasn't before. He was just a non-cam streamer, and then
Yeah.
he became a VTuber back kind of a little before VShojo formed. But
Gotcha.
I don't know if he uses the model as much anymore. But he still has like the panda as like his mascot and his
Yeah.
profile picture and stuff. Because
And what got you into VTubing? Or it's just like for one, I guess this could be two separate questions, but what got you into VTubing and what got you into content creation?
yeah, I think so I always knew Twitch was around. Um and I don't know. I never pursued it as like something, maybe because I didn't have the funds to do it, or I was just, in college trying to pursue the rat race, if you will. Um
Yeah.
and like every all the money that I spent on that, so I didn't want that to go to waste. But like it ended up that way anyways. So um before pandemic, I worked at a nonprofit art center. Uh, I went to university for like theater design and technology and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was working on live events like music festivals and things like that, plays, musicals, whatever. So those were just like random gigs that I went to, but I eventually found my way to an art center that had a theater. So then it was kind of like a rental space for like events and stuff. And
Gotcha.
yeah, it was kind of like there was only 5 people working there, and it was kind of like disorganized. So I was like, we need a project management system. And then so, and then so I implemented like a project management system. Um, did more organization for them, and then there was a point where I wasn't getting paid enough for all the stuff I was doing because I was,
I mean, that's very
managing web.
fair.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, it was good. Like, there's nothing wrong with nonprofits because you're gonna learn so much stuff, and
Yeah.
you're easily probably gonna get a job because it's a lot of work for less pay.
I don't know if
and people
it's
don't want that.
I don't know if it's non if technically it's being nonprofit, but I volunteered for a place that I think was a nonprofit organization. I don't know
They
if that gets
mostly
the
all
same
are,
thing.
yeah. Yeah. I
I did it
think
for
all.
animals though.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was just doing website design, keeping the website updated, scheduling classes, scheduling events coming in, rental stuff. I didn't do the budget yet. Um, I don't know. It was just so much stuff. Changing over rooms for the events and moving tables and chairs.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so then I was like, I'm leaving because I got a different job. And then COVID happened and everything shut down and then they laid off everybody and
Oof.
I'm on my way to my next job. Um and my next job was kind of, so I was a coordinator, kind of like events coordinator. Um then I kind of took like a title cut, if you will. Like I was making two more dollars an hour and had better benefits and stuff, but I took a title cut, went into like a library position working with special collections, so like a bunch of ancient old ass
I always wanted to
uh
work in a library. I don't know why.
it's interesting. It's its own world. I mean, every job is its own world and you have to
Yeah.
learn its language basically, right?
Very
Um
much so. Yep.
but it was just like an assistant position. Um and that's what my boss currently at the library wanted me to do, even though I had all this other experience in like coordination and like just being a team player and wanting to go and like do extra work on my own, like finding work to do. And she did not want that. She just wanted she was a bad boss. She just wanted me to, this is quoted from her in a one-on-one meeting. She wanted me to be her servant to her position.
What?
So, yeah, it was bad. Um and it's hard to, it's hard to knock people during the pandemic too, because I don't know what mental state she was going through. I mean, we were all going through shit because of everything, the change. She was not somebody that liked change whatsoever. She needed everything to be exactly how it was forever, untouched.
Yeah.
Hence old ass books and library, I guess. So
Oh. Oops.
but yeah, that's when everything was locked down. The library was shut down. Nobody was coming in, and I'm like, why am I even here? There's nothing to do. So that's when I started just getting on my work computer and just looking shit up. Like I'm like, what's everybody doing right now that everything's locked down? Like what's going on out into the world?
Streaming became
And
so big in 2020.
yeah, and that's when I think the first, because like I had been away from like Twitch for so long. I didn't really watch people on Twitch as much. Because I'm like, oh, that's kind of dumb. Why would I watch somebody play a game when I could play the game myself?
Yeah, yeah.
So that was kind of my mentality. Unless I wanted to see if a game came out, if it was like worth getting, kind of a thing. That would like look at what people are saying. Um, that's all I used it for. But
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
yeah, so like the first, I don't know, it was just one day I was bored at the library, had nothing to do, and I was like, man, I remember G4 TV, how that was like kind of like a thing that I used to watch like back in the day. And I'm like, whatever the fuck happened to that? So I searched them and they were like, Code Miko is going to be a host, a G4 TV host when it happens again. I don't think
Huh.
that ever happened, but I don't even think G4 ever came back. I didn't look into it. But then that's when I found Code Miko. And
Code
then,
Miko gives me like here's the thing. Nothing wrong with her or her content, but her model just the uncanny valley effect. Her model triggers that. So it's like it looks human in such a way that it makes me uncomfortable.
yeah, yeah. It's like looking at weird dolls like in the attic or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's why it's like I don't know, it's why I can't watch her content because it just kind of sends shivers down my spine.
Yeah, I totally get that. That's valid. But yeah, like I saw her content first and like all the craziness that goes into her streams, and I'm like, is this how all of Twitch is? Like I just thought like this is how all of Twitch is now, and like I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, there's a lot
So
of
I'm like,
wacky people on the platform.
yeah. So I started searching, and I was like, there's other people to do this, right? Like how do I find them? And then I found out that VTubers can be anime too. And then lo and behold, the first VTuber I ever found was Mouse, was
Iron
Iron
Mouse.
Mouse, and this is before like VShojo. And I watched a couple of her streams and stuff, a couple YouTube videos, and I felt like emotionally, like if I was at a party with Mouse, I feel like we're similar personalities, kind of. I don't know. It was just like I just kept going back to her streams and like watching her over other people.
That's
So
fair.
that was like around she probably only had a couple hundred viewers at that time. And that's when I was like, I want to become a VTuber and just fucking kick it with her because she seems cool.
Yeah.
So I took a whole year to just save up my money, and I eventually, and while I'm like trying to work my ass off to like save up money to get all this equipment, I didn't even have like a computer that was like worth a shit. Um, Getting a male VTuber model back in the day was almost impossible. Like nobody was making the art for it.
Yeah. Because they all wanted to
Like
make female models.
exactly, yeah. And then I found this artist, and then it took half a year to get. Uh, but yeah, so I'm like watching Mouse, and I'm like, I want to fucking hang out with her so much and play some shit. And then V Shoujo forms. They get all the girls together. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then every step of the way, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool watching somebody grow so much from just I don't know, just like nothing to there was just one day that I think it was a Twitch rival thing that she beat um Dead Mouse in Uno or something. She beat everybody
Hmm.
in Uno, and she became the MVP pizza because like whoever won that Twitch rivals thing got like a year supply of like Pizza Hut or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So, so then from that, then I think like bigger streamers then kind of like saw her and like kind of was like, oh, this VTubing thing is kind of cool. And then I think the next thing was like Saikuno collabed with her, and then that's when she like exploded in people finding her basically.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of cool, like being on that journey and just like checking it out. And I don't know, there's just
Watching someone grow from the beginning is really cool to watch.
yeah, and it's just like the power behind just being a streamer and a content creator to kind of like I see it as a way like I didn't mostly want to become a VTuber to hang with Mouse, but for me it was like this is a place that I can put my artwork and kind of show people who I am, but also kind of like it's my time to give back to people now that I'm in a better job and I'm more like financially stable and stuff. And
Yeah.
I want to do that for people because, you know, sitting alone at the library and going through all that stuff, you then realize how much just like suffering there is in mental health from the pandemic and stuff. And I just wanted to create a space for people to come and vibe and hopefully help them out, hopefully
Yeah.
relieve some stress and things. So that's when, my spark became like, oh, I need to do the onsen thing because it's like relaxing and chill and just a place for people to come and hang out and just kind of leave like some shitty IRL things behind
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just like not think about it.
That
But
makes total
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, that's my long ass story of like how I became a VTuber.
Yeah. Basically found a whole bunch of like just made your way up.
Yeah.
Made your way through the community, the rabbit hole.
Yep. The foxhole.
Yep, yep.
Uh, so
Oh
yeah,
man.
I dumped my life savings into this, but it's like it's fine because like it, I love doing it. And,
Oh
like it doesn't
yeah.
fucking matter.
Yeah, no. I've definitely poured I've poured a lot of time and effort into my content too. I mean, like
Yeah.
the stage, I'm very proud of how the studio turned out for these interviews. Or my talk show, I should say. I think it turned out very well.
Yeah, yeah, seriously, like thanks for doing something like this because a lot of people I guess a lot of people don't because they want to do their own thing kind of. But this is like kind of your way to like give back to people and like kind of help people like meet each other kind of a way.
Yeah. I mean, I really do. I want to do talk shows where I can really get to know a creator and have a nice chat with them. Get to know them in a way that doesn't require me to go through freaking texting them and probably getting eventually ghosted, as happens
Yeah.
very often in the community. And I hate to say it. Nowadays, I can really just ask people, "Hey, want to be in my talk show?" And a lot of the time, a lot of people say, "Hell yeah."
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is actually send the first DM that is actually a normal sentence and not like hi or how are
Yeah,
you? Cuz
exactly.
y- like I get it, people are antisocial, but how do I know this isn't a bot or like somebody scamming me? Like you don't.
Yeah.
So then cuz I've tried you know, replying to people that are just like hey or hi and literally every time it's like they want to sell me something or some art or something. Like I'm an artist. I'm just making myself.
I'm
I'm not
finding
saying I'm not saying that I'm like an awesome artist. Like I'm definitely I probably never will like in my life say I'm a good artist. But that's like why I keep challenging myself, you know,
yeah.
and keep growing. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's its own thing that's like bizarre, like reaching out to people.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get the whole like, and I know why a lot of people are scared to reach out. I mean, I'm scared to reach out to people too. Um, I just think that a lot of times, if you want to get to know someone, first interact them a little bit, try to make a good impression. Outside of speaking privately. Like a lot of time, especially if it's a content creator, if you're another content creator, they're probably not gonna come to know your existence through a DM. I'm just gonna say that outright because it can be seen as clout chasing. But if you're actively interacting with them
Yeah.
on Twitter, um, and you're like genuinely just being a good person and not coming off in a very strange or obsessive way, you have a good chance of becoming friends with someone through just interacting. I feel like once you become mutuals, it's a lot easier to DM someone.
Oh yeah, for sure. And honestly, everybody's super busy. Like you don't know their schedules and stuff, but
Yep.
being in somebody else's chat while they're streaming and saying hey is like a lot.
Oh
Like you
yeah.
don't think it is, but
Oh, it's a
it
lot,
is.
especially for smaller creators because I mean, like, hey, hell, like I keep saying it. The main reason I stream is because I like talking to my chat. It's
Yeah, yeah.
literally if I did not like chatting with my chat, I would just record a YouTube video and make a video out of it because I know I'm a pretty good editor. It's just I'm slow, can't get videos out that quick, and I get bored of talking to myself or just talking to my friends. I like talking to my chat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like you just want to hang out with people.
Exactly. And I think that's a big reason why I think my talk show, I'm thoroughly enjoying it because I love talking to people and I love pulling people on here and just having a really in-depth conversation. I'm glad I can call it a talk show now and not an interview because, to be honest, it's way more of a talk show. I'm not pestering you with a ton of questions. I'm kind of just having a nice long conversation with you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's cool too when you find somebody that vibes with you and then you can just, you know, bullshit about whatever for like a long time. Then
Oh
you
yeah.
won't even get to the questions, right?
Yeah.
they're just they're just like extra if you even get to them.
Oh
Um,
yeah. If I
yeah.
remember correctly, how I ended up interacting with you is I think that I know it had to do with Liz, our mutual friend Liz.
Yeah, yeah. Because you were friends with her probably before I was.
Yeah,
Um,
I met her back in
e-
2020, so yeah, it's been a while.
okay, yeah, sweet. Even though I'm still trying to fucking set up a collab with her. It's just scheduled timing.
Schedule timing, and also she's having a lot of technical issues right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, but yeah, she's she I think she was the last person to we when I started as like a PNG, I don't even remember how I found like the people that I'm in with this group.
Yeah,
Maybe,
because you're in a
maybe I
like a VTuber group, kind of, right?
kind of. It's more of like a hangout sesh. It's not
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? It's just like, we'll maybe like do some collabs, but then we'll bullshit about like we'll give each other links to like assets that are coming out and stuff like that, and if anybody has tech issues, kind of a thing. Um,
gotcha.
but yeah, I think she was the last person to that was invited to our little group. But I feel like honestly, I feel like she's all over the place. Like I feel like a lot of people know her. I've seen her
Oh,
like
she's
collab
all
with
yeah, no,
tons
she's
of
collabed
other
with
people.
so many people.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet that like I wish I could just bounce around like that,
I do
honestly.
too, and I feel like I'm steadily getting there. I think my talk show will help me with that big time. Because again, the more people I interview, the more my name gets out there because people are like, "Hey, I got interviewed by this guy. Maybe you'd like to be on his show sometime."
Yeah,
Because
that makes sense.
and I'm trying to do 1 to 2 1 to 2 of these talk show episodes a week, just because I like doing them. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. It's just nice just to sit here and chat with somebody, honestly. It
Yeah. Uh
also gives me more
r-
people to reach out to as well for when I have plans for bigger events, like my game show that I want to host and stuff like that.
oh man, that's gonna be so fun.
Oh yeah. I have ideas for a whole bunch of them. Some of them, yes, are blatant ripoffs of
Sweet.
already existing content that people
Sure,
have
yeah.
done,
I
but
mean, everything's appropriated from everything, so it's fine.
oh yeah. So it's like there's a lot of things I want to do. A lot of things I want to attempt, and as long as I can get people who are interested, I'm gonna figure that all out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see all the stuff that you're gonna do. It's gonna be
uh,
cool.
yeah, I definitely and I plan to invite you to that stuff as long as the times work out.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know like the last your little invite to Halo didn't work out, but like keep sending me those and I'll just be like one of them will happen.
Oh yeah, and I'll
It's
definitely keep
hard
you on that then.
it's hard for me to when a lot of people they'll invite me to stuff that's like, "Hey, are you free later today?" or like or like tomorrow. Like it's kind of hard for me when it comes to that, but scheduling stuff out, I'm all good with because I know,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? I have that on the calendar and I know that's like my commitment that I don't want to like, you know, not show up to kind of a thing. I don't know. It just I like planning things.
Oh my gosh.
Project manager.
Obi just put out a tweet. I just noticed on Twitter shouting out my talk show, showing off a bit of us talking, and then tweeting out saying, "Why is this so entertaining?" Uh,
Awesome. Thanks, OB. Thanks for being here. Holy shit.
yeah, I very much appreciate that. And maybe you should go to bed soon, but oh
Or
man.
just listen to us in your ear at a low volume.
Yeah, one thing I'm tempted to also do kind of like take a bit of content from Nux and just like get a group 1 or 2 VTubers, maybe 3, and have them like sit on that couch right there, or maybe I'll put a second couch behind it and just take them down a rabbit hole of some kind, or have them react to videos or stuff. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
have like a screen like come down
I
or
want
just
to get
it'll
that.
be in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a screen on the background that'll play. Like I already have an idea for how I want to design it. The only issue is trying to figure that out. I don't know.
Nice.
There's a lot I want. Like I'm a very ambitious person, and I want to stem a bit more away from just gaming based content. I think
Hmm.
I think I'm honestly my strong suit is getting other people involved in content creation, like getting a big
Yeah,
events planned.
that's exactly why when you reached out, I was like, yes, I want to do this because I think It's really easy to when you're especially when you're first starting as a streamer, just getting all the programs you need, getting them set up, getting all the equipment, um emailing people for art and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and keeping track of all that stuff, it's a lot. And there's almost kind of, if you're so far into it, there's almost kind of no time to create content if you're, a full-time worker, and you know what I mean, and have other obligations when you're not streaming. It's hard to somehow, I don't know, like get inspired just think about, oh, I want to do whatever. Like I did maybe one thing that was unique, a spinny wheel. Every time I died in, I think I was playing Terraria or something, and I just had a bunch of spicy foods.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I
That's
mean,
like basic, yeah, content, extra stuff, but it's hard. It's
yeah.
hard to come up with other stuff.
Do both of you still juggle full-time jobs? I do, and I hate it. I want to, for me, I want to dedicate all my time to making content creation. I really do.
And I know, I wish I could as well.
I want to make music for people, or like, I want to like that Shy Lily song I made. I'd love
Oh
to
my
do
god,
that.
can we just talk about that for like a hot minute?
If you want to, go ahead.
Yes. Oh,
We'll get back to that question. We'll get back and answer that in a sec. I guess we'll get back to that.
everybody here, like, you don't have to listen to it now, but look up Active Genesis's fucking Shy Lily song that he made. I fucking love it. You did such an amazing job on it.
Thank you,
And I'm
thank you.
like I said, I'm glad she finally noticed it. Maybe somebody showed it to her.
But I'm the reason she saw it as well, because I went in. I saw she was doing a stream where she was reacting to YouTube videos yesterday,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and I sent some bits so it would come through TTS. So I was like, hey, would you react if somebody made a remix for you? Would you react to it, or like, would you would you like to react to it on stream? And she said, absolutely. So I started shaking like a freaking wet dog or cat. I was, God, I could, like, you have no idea it was, I could. It took like, I was like two sentences, and it took me like 5 minutes to type it because I was shaking so much. But
Oh
I
yeah.
trying to send the
I can
second
feel that.
message, which is like, in that case, I made a remix for you that took about 6 months to make. And if you look it up, it's called "Womp Womp," a song for Shy Lily.
It's so good.
I'm really
I
proud
love
of
it.
it. I'm
I
really proud of
love,
it.
like, even the editing is so good. Like the video.
Yeah, I
The
worked
the,
really
the
hard on it.
yeah, both audio and video editing is really good.
The only thing that bugs me about that, there's a lot of things I like, but like, so I'll get to that in a sec. But the thing that bugs me about that is people are caught like, and this is like, I've had 5 people, even, but like, I had a friend come up to me before I even released the music video. They're like, you got one of the lyrics wrong. It's it's "our womp," not "I womp," and it's like, like, I'm trying to tell people, listen, I've been listening to this audio clip for about 6 months. I think I know what word she says during the audio clip I had of her singing it. I think the thing is, a lot of the people's argument is they say it's "our womp" because she was singing a nursery rhyme. Do people not realize people can change the lyric of what they sing? Like, especially if it's a parody?
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
nursery rhyme she was singing, but she just changed the lyrics a bit up to fit more what she wanted to say.
Yeah.
And she said, "I womp." Believe me, she said it. Like, I've literally listened to it a million times.
Yeah,
So
you've listened to that like little tiny, like, not like millisecond little section like probably
yeah,
5, 10, 15 times.
it's like,
Like,
it's just a pet peeve
yeah.
of mine that people are trying to correct me on that. It's like, believe me, I got the lyrics correct. And for all these people know, they do realize I could literally just have cut out the R if I wanted to and put I. I didn't, but I could to make the lyrics fit what I wanted. Because
You should you should just cut that part out and then loop it for like 5 minutes in its own video, and then be like, what's it sound like now after you listen to it for five
respect,
minutes
appreciate it,
over
Chrissy.
and over?
But yeah, no. But the thing that I'm really happy about is apparently she was having a really rough stream that day. Sounded like she was having bad audio issues and everything, so she was just having a
Shit,
really
yeah.
rough day streaming. So she literally says that that listening to that really cheered her up,
Nice. See,
which, oh my
that's
God.
fucking awesome. That's like the
Yeah.
point of content creation right there.
So I'm hoping like, that people continue to like the song and they enjoy it. I want to make more songs like that for content creators, but it does take a while. The main thing I need is audio clips that sound like to give me ideas for what I could turn into a song. Because collecting those audio clips takes ages.
Oh yeah, because you just have to go through like, did you just go through VODs basically?
Well, for Shy Lily, I just like I know she says womp, so I first started with that. Like, found some clips of her saying womp. Then I found a video of her like doing a whole bunch of womps, and then she sang a song at the end. I'm like, I could probably make that the chorus. So
Nice.
hers was very straightforward in that regards, but it did take me 6 months to make it before I was happy with it. Like, the
Yeah.
melodies and everything took for the longest. Like, I had the bass line and everything, but it just getting the vocals to sound I wanted took a bit.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fucking awesome. Everybody check it out, share it all over the place.
yeah,
It's so
womp
good.
womp. I'm so happy with that song. I'm so happy she liked it too. I also released a song today, right before this. It's a track that it's actually one of the earliest songs I've ever finished. I call Tranquility. I've been told by many friends I should release it, so I finally caved in and actually put it on YouTube. Um, it's just an instrumental, so there's no vocals or anything, but
Yeah,
it's still a song that I'm pretty happy with.
that's cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yes. But going back to juggle full-time jobs with streaming, I do. I'm pretty. It sounds like Nai, do you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not fun, especially like here's like I'm hoping that this year I can turn things around and actually start taking steps and making strides as a content creator. And because if I don't, soon my family's not going to be supportive of this anymore, even if I do have a full-time job.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's, I want to dedicate all my time to this, making scripted content, making music, collabs. The biggest thing I want to do, if I could start making enough money off of streams, it would go back into improving the stream, like getting things like this set, for instance, which I had to pay completely out of pocket for.
Yeah.
It would go into paying my video editor like actually a good payment so he can actually give him a proper paycheck. Because right now I'm paying him like the bare minimum when I can't even pay him because I
Yeah.
can't pay him all the time and it sucks.
That's why I'm
Um,
like, I don't have an editor because I'm afraid, like, because I want to, as an artist, I want to give artists money because they do good work. It's
yeah,
work. You should
believe
get
me, I
paid
want,
for art.
and I believe that. It's just the fact that I make so little from my job. My family takes a lot of my money I make right now,
Yeah.
so it's like I want to pay him. It's just hard. I'm probably gonna be able to pay him at least a monthly paycheck starting at this new job because they kept my current job that I'm leaving behind now has been cutting back my hours, so I haven't been able to pay my editor much recently. But I want to be able to pay him, and I would love it if I can at least like get like 40 subs a month. It's like okay, that's perfect. That's $100 a month. I can give that to my editor. I know it's bare minimum, but it's straight from Twitch into his pocket, so it's like good. The money I make is going back into making new content. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Second thing I want to raise money for is prize pools for contests and tournaments.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like the whole thing,
Incentives
like
for
20 get
people
like
to hang.
yeah, like 20 gifted subs to the winner who does this tournament. And eventually, want to increase that to a whopping 100 subs,
Yeah, yeah.
which is $500, of course, out of my pocket. But
I know. Yeah, it's like the investment, right?
that's like the
But
big money.
there has to be a point where, you know, we've invested so much already that there's got to be a point where we're, you know, getting even. I don't know. I don't even think I'm ever gonna break even on what I've spent so far, honestly. It just seems so far away if it does happen. Um,
Yeah.
especially now, like I don't know, just being a VTuber back in 2020, there wasn't that many, and now it's just everybody wants to be a VTuber, and
Everyone wants to
then
be a VTuber.
it's kind of already saturated. Like it blew up like 500% of the growth. I think False ID did like some statistics on it or something within
Yeah.
like a year or something like that. It was insane. So now it's just kind of like people you gotta filter through the people that say they're a VTuber but they don't even stream, kind of a thing.
And also, a big thing is, I mean, I've said this before. I basically am taking this straight from Joey the Anime Man, from Trash Chase and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
He in his interview with Iron Mouse or being on her talk show, he said, when it comes to being a VTuber, a lot of VTubers just think that, oh, because they have a very beautiful looking model or handsome looking model, they pay a ton of like over $1,000, $2,000 into their streams and all that. That yeah, they're automatically gonna get noticed. No, that's not the case. Because,
Yeah.
like he said, what's important is both personality and how entertaining you are. Like you have to have a good personality, and you have to know how to entertain people.
Yep, because yeah, for sure. I've definitely seen so the people that do have money and get really badass models with extreme awesome movement that are probably like 5 grand or higher. They'll put it on Twitter and then they'll get like 10K followers or whatever. But I've also seen that same people they're they're not that great at entertaining and streaming.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of it
Mm-hmm.
for them, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. And
Yeah.
I don't know. You need to try streaming. It's not for everybody, but you know what I mean? Like you don't want to spend all this money on something that you're gonna not like doing, right?
Exactly. You gotta, and that's why the big thing to me, if you're gonna stream what you enjoy. Don't jump on the bandwagon, don't try and
Yep.
do stuff to just clickbait or do things you hate. If you're gonna, like, my best advice to anyone is find what is your strong suit and what you enjoy. And how can you turn the things you enjoy into entertaining content? Like for me, I'm trying to find ways to add twists on the things I enjoy doing. Like for instance, I mean, I like talking to people, so I was like, I'm gonna create a talk show, and I think now I officially can call this my talk show, and I'm very
Yeah.
proud of how it looks, and I'm enjoying doing it. And I've been told I should make it more unique, like that I should add a spin to it, like Hot Ones, where it's like they do something while the talk show's going on. But I like the relaxing vibe of just sitting here chatting with someone. I
Yeah.
could maybe add little mini game shows here and there throughout the talk show, like little surprise things I throw on somebody, like little segments. I could do that maybe. I'd have to workshop it, but I could try that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool because it's like kind of that spike in the stream to like wake people up kind of
Yeah,
a thing.
I could do that. Like I could have like a segment where it's like reacting to their Twitter posts. Like I show them some very sus Twitter posts they've made in the past out of context.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it's like a clip of theirs I found on Twitch that's pretty sus. Or that's really funny.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I,
Yeah,
I like it.
the big thing I need to work with is I would have to find someone to animate like a screen coming down somewhere. I'd have to. There's a lot of things I'd have to figure out, but the big thing is finding out how I'm gonna have a different segments. Again, I want to invest in the talk show. I think the talk show is probably my best goal right now. Um, it gives me it gives me a great chance to talk with other content creators, get to know them, and form connections with them. Like even if they're not gonna be long-lasting connections, like I might never talk to them again, which would suck. At least I had a chance to talk with them.
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect to click with everybody, right?
Exactly. They say never meet your heroes, and I can say
But-
I've been on both. I've been on the good and bad side of that. I've met content creators, like I've met a lot of content creators who are much bigger than me. I had a lot of respect for. Some of them I can think of three off the top of my head who I'm actually good friends with now, and I can even DM them right now on Discord, like, hey, yada yada yada, and I can get a response from them, which is awesome that I have that. But I've also had the other side of that where I've interacted with somebody and I was either completely ignored or had someone basically like literally block me, be like, I don't want anything to do with this person.
oh man. Yeah.
So it really depends. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like for you, like because For me, in my opinion, I very much agree with the Doug. If you do you know Doug?
I don't think so.
He's a very entertaining content creator. Highly recommend you look him up. Very much so. He's also the like I only learned this like a couple months ago, maybe more than that, but he's also the brother to the guy who developed Stanley Parable.
What is that?
Have you never heard of the Stanley Parable? Oh God,
No.
you're gonna need to play that on your stream at some point. You'd probably get a decent amount of viewers if you say like I've never played this, and it's the Stanley Parable. It is a game about making choices. The narrator will be like, Stanley entered the door to his left, but there's literally two open doors, one to your right and one to your left. So it's up to you if you're gonna listen to the narrator.
Ooh.
However, there's now two different versions. There's the old original Stanley Parable, and then there's the remastered.
Which is
Remastered.
better?
I think they're both amazing. It's just the remastered has new endings, but some of them override the old ones. So it's like in the old version there was a Portal Easter egg, but now in the newer version it's a Firewatch Easter egg. So they got rid of the Portal Easter egg.
I gotcha. They had to update the Easter egg.
Yeah, to be more fitting with the times.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello there, Rosie. How you doing? Man. But yeah, so but Doug, he is a very entertaining content creator. I think he won the streamer awards that were like yeah, he did. He won part of the streamer awards recently.
Okay.
So he
I didn't watch the whole thing, so
yeah, he's really entertaining, really funny. He like if anyone is the best at evolving his chat in content creation, it's him. He's very good at coding, so it's like he has it so like his chat can play GTA 5 instead of him. So like he'll
oh my
stream
God.
it. So it's like okay,
What?
can Twitch chat beat GTA 5 or get to Mount Chiliad without crashing into anything?
What the fuck? That's so cool.
Yeah, he's super entertaining. Like I recommend you binge watch his content. Love the guy. But he had a really good take about a new, and also it's funny. The video I'm about to tell you about was actually sent to me by a content creator that I'm friends with. One of the ones I told you I look up to, who has like over 100K subs on YouTube. So he was like, "Hey, dude, you should watch this video about new upcoming content creators that Doug made about how you should grow your content." And Doug, how he said it is if you got to think of every content creator, every streamer, every YouTuber as a cheeseburger restaurant. Everyone's trying to make cheeseburgers. But
Yeah.
what are you going to do to make people stop and eat your cheeseburgers?
Yeah.
Because they could just go down the street to famous Iron Mouse Puerto Rican grilled burgers. You can go down there. But so what are you going to do to make people stop at your burger restaurant? Are you going to maybe make a pizza burger? Or what are you going to do? What is unique to you? Because guess what? You can't just be a generic burger. You got to stand out. If you want to make it in this freaking field, you got to do something that makes you stand out for what you have to offer.
Yeah, I was on Twitter just a couple days ago, and I think
Hello,
this
boy.
person's been
Go play, baby.
streaming for like a while, but I think they just got a new model or something. But he's just he fucking plays kazoo at sometimes, and it's fucking hilarious. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
even something that simple could
what
really
what
get
a
someone noticed.
genius.
Like, dude, I mean, I don't know if he streams, but do you know the guy that would make a lot of automaton covers of songs like Crunch Your Roads and stuff?
No, I don't
Okay.
know.
Automaton, do you know what that is, though?
No, oh yeah.
The weird
Yep.
flute-looking thing with the mouth on
Yep.
the bottom. Basically, there's a channel out there that makes automaton covers of different songs, like Country Roads, Still Alive from Portal. There's a lot. They make a lot of songs.
Nice. I saw like a Retzko one doing like let the bodies hit the floor, like cover of that. Is that the same person or is it like unrelated?
I
I
don't know.
got that from my mod like a couple weeks ago.
Not sure.
Because he bought one and I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
great. But I don't know. That's why you just if you yeah, chat saying sounds like meeting lead singers and bands when it comes to meeting your heroes. Sometimes yeah, it can be like that. And then this industry sounds a lot like the music industry. But you are said mod. Okay, the mod you just
Oh,
referred to is
shit.
here in chat. Professor Foxbeard.
Yep.
Oh man, they're here in chat. Also, give me a sec. I need to grab something to drink because my voice is starting to
Yeah,
dry
do
up
it.
a bit. I'm gonna grab
Okay.
strawberry Fanta. That works.
Chat, what's up? How's it going? How's it going? What are you
Glad to
doing?
have you. Anyone here from Nai's community? I hope you're enjoying the talk show. I hope you're Nai's here being a wonderful guest. I'm and thoroughly enjoying this conversation.
Thanks, me too. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
fun.
I'm glad. I'm glad you think so.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, I'm like an extrovert, I think. I want to hang out and talk to people and again, back to our older conversation of how it's hard to connect with people in the VTuber community, kind of a thing. But it's cool when people want to hang out and chill.
Yeah, like for me, I remember when we first interacted, you were probably the most responsive person I've ever messaged just out of the blue. Like you and me, I feel like immediately hit it off, like in an insane way because it's like we both were like, yeah, no, it kind of sucks reaching out to VTubers because it's like I want to interact with you, but you never respond to me, or it's like we like kept on talking about like how
Yeah,
annoying it can be trying to collab with people.
yeah, and I probably there was probably some text messages where I was just like, yeah, let's set this up. What's the date and time and the logistics of all the stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's pulling teeth to get people to like get that information if they want to collab. Because I'll be like, hey, we should do some sometime. Like, I always start with this is my time zone because that's always going to be the make or break thing for
Yeah.
scheduling. Like every time. Um, so that's like my first thing. Like, hey, this is my time zone. What's your? Yeah, I showed you my time zone. Now show me yours.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's just like they're like, yeah, cool, let's collab, and then that's the end of their
Yeah, the
conversation.
biggest thing that annoys me, there's a couple things. One is the ghosting. I hate that. I hate
Yes,
when it's like
yes,
you've been interacting with someone and then all of a sudden it's like they like you like especially when you can see that they've seen it. Like Twitter tells you, oh, they've seen this message. They just aren't responding to you because it's
yeah,
like I've been ghosted. I had someone I was gonna have on an interview like a long time ago. They canceled. They didn't really cancel. They forgot the first time, and so I was like,
yeah.
okay, we can set up, we can reschedule. And then they left, and then they left me to dry a second time, and they didn't even react to me, ask them, hey, what's up? So I was like, I'm not gonna invite them again. I'm not doing that. Like,
Yeah, like I get it if you're like because you know you can access Twitter on your phone, and if you go into say you message somebody and then they checked your message and they were like, I don't know, out grocery shopping or something, then maybe they forget to come back to it because it's not like a new notification. Like I get that, but I always, whenever I get the time, at least like once or twice a month, I'll go through all my Twitter DMs and just see where if I left people hanging in conversations and I'll be like, sorry, some stuff came up. Like, you know what I mean? Common courtesy stuff. Like we have the technology to communicate. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
yeah.
It's easy to do. Like,
Also,
or
sort of,
or just say that you're not interested. Like that's fine too. Like, I don't
yeah.
know.
It's why
It's
again I hate texting people. I hate doing that to connect with people. It's like I know here's the thing. People talk about how much they hate trying to collab like when they first get to know someone, but then those same people are the exact type of people who are like I also don't like like they're the same people who do not respond through text very well. It's why it's
yeah.
like I feel like I now have the cheatsy way with the talk show because it's like okay, I'm inviting you on to talk to me instead of
Yeah.
us. It's not just a collab. It's a I want to talk to you, come be on my talk show. it's
Yeah.
it's like let's not text each other and get to know each other. Let's actually sit down and have a conversation like human beings. Oh man, I don't know. It's like also well before I go into what I want to talk about, someone in the chat said Nai puts up with my fart sounds on every stream. Guy's a class act.
This
I don't know who the
this is
Valve
this is my fault for making fart sounds possible on my stream.
is it.
It is because one of them is free. Because I know people love it, and I think I began my first probably whatever my first stream with that on there, and it's a crowd fave. What can I say?
Oh, I also just noticed because YouTube blocked it. That there's someone in chat said that they already watched the Womp Womp song and absolutely loved it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Fart sounds are the best though. Oh my god. Oh man.
Like I'm pretty sure Valenset just he'll come and just fart and then leave.
Mm,
A lot of people do that sometimes too. You know,
really?
if they're busy, they'll be like, oh, all right, I'm busy, but I'm gonna pop into Nai's stream and just do a fart sound and then leave.
Oh my god. In my opinion, though, and I've said this before, I think that despite all the ghosting, all that happens in the VTuber community, and all the people who unknowingly go, "Hey, friend for friend, if you respond to this post, I'll follow you and I'll
Yeah,
befriend you," and it's like nothing ever comes from that. Despite all the annoying bad things, I do think that VTubers popularized the idea of collabing. That it's more like, hey, let's go hang out with the content creators we don't normally hang out with, you know? I think that was popularized by VTubers way more than it ever was before.
I heard the same thing. I forget who it was, but I've heard yeah, especially when VTubing like kind of blew up like in America. I've heard the same thing. Like
Yeah.
people before the VTubers, they weren't really talking to each other. And now it's just
No.
like people are doing stuff all over the place,
Yeah. It's
which is cool. Like it's fucking awesome.
mm,
That's how it should be.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like one like I just it's like I feel like before that it was very reaching out to another content creator was even more like pulling teeth out because it's like it feels like, oh, are you just trying to get for me clout, or it's like you're a complete stranger, I don't want to hang out with you. Whereas
Yeah.
now it's like, hey, I like, especially if they are a VTuber and you go, hey, I'm a VTuber, would love to collab with you at some point, or would love to do this with you. It all depends. Again, people say it isn't the case or that it shouldn't be, but first impressions are very important. You've got to leave a good first
Yeah.
impression.
It's like everything in life.
I mean, yeah, you should judge a book by its cover. You definitely shouldn't, but first impressions definitely help a lot with people.
Yes. Agreed.
So, yeah. Do you love it? Do you love what? VTubing or like collabing? I'm curious what Chrissy is asking here. Oh man. Also, all this talking is making
Oh,
me out of breath a little bit.
or maybe that was like a back in the fart sound conversation.
It very well could be. Very well could be.
Do I
I
love the farts? Of course.
oh man. Like I actually really like there's a lot I like big or small, there's a lot of VTubers I want to talk to on this show. It's just a matter of figuring out times and all that I can get them on.
Sure, yeah. It's a lot of
Um
work. Like a lot of people don't understand
yeah.
scheduling things and managing that. It can be a lot.
Yeah, it's why I don't really have I never do. I can't. If people help me make this a full-time thing or I start approaching that, I can then start working on a schedule. But until then, it's really hard for me to announce a schedule when work, it can very much exhaust me very quickly.
Yeah.
It's like
No, I
I
totally
don't,
understand.
it's like I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy after work to stream. And the thing is, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to go, I don't want to go live and be like, hi guys, and be like all out of breath or very low energy, and I'm not really on top of my game.
Right, yeah, because you don't want to like it's not fair to like put that content out if you're not, you know what I mean? Like inspired to be there, you know?
Exactly. Very much
Yeah.
so. Oh man. There's a lot
Yeah, I've
of
been
oh, go ahead.
I've been just trying to find ways around like energy level kind of a thing because I feel like if it's based off of like energy level, if the sun's not shining that day, you're gonna have more melatonin on your brain, and then by the time I'm done working my actual job, then it's like stream time. But there's been no sun today, um, and you're just really tired. I've been trying to find like things that I can do, even if it's like little exercises right before stream or something to get like blood circulation going, or uh, I've been like on a little like smoothie kick because getting all the sugars from fruits and stuff
That makes
is really
sense.
useful too.
That
Yeah,
makes a
like
lot of sense.
I found that to be like extremely helpful in energy. So you should try that.
Yeah, maybe I really should. Maybe I really should.
And you can get bags of frozen fruit and stuff. So just have like your bags of frozen fruit in the freezer, and then make sure you have like orange juice or like, you know what I mean? So you can put like a liquid mixer in, so it's not like super like frozen in the blender.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, just like a cup of that.
Also, someone,
Found works better than coffee and stuff because I get anxious from
yeah.
that.
Man, freaking caffeine doesn't work on me that well, so it
Yeah, there you
sucks.
go. Gotta
Also,
try the other thing.
Valid says farts always make me laugh, so if nothing else, it's a good icebreaker. I do it with chicks all the time. Good way to ease tension on both sides of the conversation. Oh my god. I don't know if that's
Pull
a good way to pick up chicks, in my opinion.
pull out a giant fart on your first date.
Oh my
She'll
god.
she'll it'll be just the story that she'll tell from the rest of her life.
Oh my god. No, probably not in a good light, though.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't help the fartee, but
Yeah, probably helps the. I don't know. Oh my god. Do you have any ideas for like big content ideas you plan on working on or anything like that?
oh yeah, so I'm actually, and this is based off of my first time using the hashtag on Twitter, the hashtag Twitch TV. The first time I used that, my post kind of blew up a little bit, and the last couple of weeks, people have been coming into my stream and they're like, "You're all over Twitter," and I'm like, "You're lying because Twitter's broken. What are you talking about?" But yeah, people are like, maybe my stuff is like visible, and maybe it was for visible for like a week because every weekend it goes you go back into Shadow World on
Yeah.
Twitter, on new Twitter at least. But yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, this blew up. I'm gonna dedicate the whole month of April for community gaming and rating small streamers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's what
that's
we're
pretty
doing.
awesome.
Yeah, every like I usually stream Tuesday and Thursday. I'm dedicating those to games that you can come and play with me in the community. I think I added some Saturdays, which I normally don't do for just like chilling, watching stuff. But yeah, we're
Gotcha.
we're we're then gonna just raid people with like a couple viewers because we've all been there at the beginning when you have like your friends and family are the only people watching you, and it's
Hello, Corn
hard.
Dookie. How you
Like
doing?
it's really hard. Like all the time and effort and money you put into the stuff, and like nobody can find you because there's like nobody in your stream, right?
Nobody in
Because
the
it's based off
stream.
it's just
Nobody's
the Twitch algorithm that doesn't exist basically.
Nobody's in your stream. You haven't really made a name for yourself yet. The
Yeah,
algorithm's not promoting you. Maybe you're not doing something as unique as you could be, so you're not standing out. I mean, even if you
yeah,
do something unique, you might not even be standing out just because people aren't. The algorithm doesn't really help. That's why I think YouTube's better for if you're like trying to do something unique to stand out, because you can make a really
yeah,
cool thumbnail for the live stream, and people will be like, oh hey, they're doing something really cool, and they're doing it
yeah.
live, and then it automatically comes a VOD after for them to watch.
I've thought about maybe if YouTube was better in that regard or not, but for me it was just like I have so much stuff set up on Twitch already. I'll just hang out there for a minute.
That's why I just
But
flip flop between the two, and I'm trying to figure out which
that's
one
good.
will work better. I'm strictly keeping these talk shows on YouTube. I like doing these talk
Okay.
shows on
Yeah.
YouTube. It's where I want to keep them. I don't know. I that way anyone can go back here and watch the whole thing on their own. It'd be nice if I even end up getting somebody in the community who just like goes out of the way to start creating timestamps for me. That way, like after the stream is ended, I can just like copy those, put those in the description. That way, people like
Yeah.
it creates chapters. That way, people can be like, oh, what they talk about during the talk show.
Yep.
It'd be cool to have someone who did that, who would do that for me.
Yeah, as soon as YouTube came out with that as a function, I was like, wow, this is ingenious.
Yeah. I mean,
I love
there's
it, especially on tutorial videos.
oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. Oh man, like I don't get me wrong. I have a lot of problems with what YouTube does, but I also have a lot of problems with what Twitch does. So it's
Sure.
like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to find my footing in as to what platform would be better for me. Um, I definitely want to find more things I can do on YouTube that will get people's attention. That whether that's live or scripted videos, like I don't know. There's a lot I want to do, but it's hard when you just don't have time.
Yep. Totally understand that.
It's like
There's so
time's
many.
such an
I was
enemy.
just I was talking to BB earlier today. Um, I collab with BB a lot. But we were talking. I was at work and I was just bullshitting. But I was like, man, there's so many art pieces I want to create that I think up, but I just don't have the time. You know?
Gotcha. BB. I'm trying to see. Were they in my chat? Thought they were. Or
Yeah, she's
BB.
still here.
Okay.
I just call her BB.
Gotcha. I'm trying to oh, Plague BB. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm pretty sure that they were here earlier. Yeah, and there they are in chat. Yep. Oh man, I don't know. Like, I feel like when it comes to consecration, trying like for me, I want to do a lot. There's a lot I have a lot of aspirations and a lot of ideas for that I know it's gonna take a while before I can actually do most of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's again too like I've been somebody that has gone through burnout from streaming. Really bad one time, really small another time. So you have to kind of like learn your limits, but it's all like it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right?
Yep, very much so. And so have you really only been doing consecration for like 2 years then?
More a year.
Only a year,
So
really? Wow.
yeah, so and I didn't even know one of my mods told me they were like happy anniversary to me like when I was streaming and I was like, "What?" So like February of last year is when I started as like a PNG tuber.
Oh
July
wow.
July is when I got my model. And I yeah, so and I paid for my model in November of the year before. So that's how long it took back in the day for male models at my caliber, I guess. Um
Yeah.
now there's like, you know, it's more popular. There's a lot of artists out there, which is cool, you know.
Yeah, I've been trying to be consecrator since freaking 2015. So
Oh
it's
damn.
yeah, I started YouTube. My YouTube channel has been up since 2015. A lot of the content from the first 3 years isn't there anymore because it got deleted,
Sure.
which is
Yeah.
sad. But so I've been on the grind for a very long time. Really only like 2020 is when I really started trying to kick in the high gear, especially on Twitch. Now this year I'm planning to put a lot more effort into YouTube, just because I don't know with Twitch's stance on ads, it's really pushing me away from making content on there.
I know, dude.
Like
I agree. It's awful.
it's so bad. It's so bad. And there's so many features that YouTube has that you'd think Twitch would have integrated by now, like being able to rewind a live stream is something that YouTube has that Twitch
Oh,
doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you
Interesting.
can just hit live and it'll bring you back up to where the live point of the live stream is on YouTube. But you can just rewind. You can go, okay, well I missed something about like what that person say 5 seconds ago, so they can rewind it, listen, and then go hit the live button to go back to wherever we are live now.
Yeah, I think honestly, Twitch didn't change for like the whole whatever 10 years that it's been out. And then YouTube came along a couple years ago or maybe a year
Well,
ago.
with streaming, YouTube live streaming has been around for a long time.
Oh, really?
In fact, I mean, I think it's been around nearly as long as Twitch. Maybe not, but like I know YouTube live streaming has been around at least since like 2017 or 2018.
Okay. I felt like there was a time when maybe YouTube Live was like up in their game to be more like Twitch, and then Twitch got a whiff of it and they were like, oh shit, maybe we should do some more stuff, like updates because of competition stuff. But then it kind of just slowed down and then I feel like it stopped completely.
I think Twitch just
Maybe
doesn't care, but YouTube did make some
yeah.
big changes. Like they added gifting memberships, they
Yep.
added I mean, they have super chats. They have paid comments you can pay for that will show up like on a YouTube video saying, "Hey, I've donated money because I want to support your content." YouTube also has implemented raids now. I don't know how good the feature is. I hardly use it because, from what I know, it's not the best. But and
Yeah.
it doesn't really tell you, "Hey, someone's raided you on YouTube." I don't think they have like a good alert set up for that yet. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Twitch was threatened that YouTube was updating, but then now they're not taking it as a threat anymore. That's why they're not continuing their updates as much
like
and their changes.
if there's things I would take from Twitch that I would implement into YouTube, it's the better clipping feature that Twitch has, and
Okay.
the ability to download streams at the highest quality, which you can't really do on YouTube because even if I like for me, I stream at 1440p, I can only download at 1080 apparently.
Oh.
So I'd have to re-record the whole YouTube live stream in order for me to be able to use it as footage,
Oh, okay.
which is
That's
rough.
interesting. Yeah.
Like I
It
might
doesn't it doesn't save like on a hard drive when you record also?
Well, I mean, I don't record and stream at the same time because it pushes my computer a bit too hard.
Oh,
And people
I
on stream
gotcha.
start to see some lag, basically.
That
Like
makes
it,
sense.
like when I tried doing that with I was starting a Sky Factory 100 Days series, and it was just the quality was so bad for people while I was trying to record.
Damn.
So
Well,
yeah.
here's to hopefully getting a new PC.
Well, my PC is pretty good. It has a 3080, a pretty updated processor. It's just uh, using a VTube Studio, streaming on
Yeah.
OBS at a high quality, and trying to record at a high quality at the same time, kind of just pushes your PC a bit too hard.
Yeah, you're right. I think I used to stream at a higher quality and then I had to bump it down because it was telling me no.
Yeah, I like 1440p just because it looks really crisp.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually I have it up right now. It looks awesome.
Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad it looks good. Let's see. Also, Valenchat said it's got to be super hard for people just starting off and trying to grow. You have to do everything yourself, and but most people don't realize how long something like editing can take. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's some people who can edit really quickly, but like, I mean, like you got Jacksept guy who was putting out a video, 1 to 2 videos every single day.
I don't get that.
I don't know
How the
how he
fuck?
did it. I have no idea how he fucking did it. I don't have like burnout for me is too strong with editing, so it's like it can take me so long just to get one video done. And I often need to take big, long breaks, whether that's because of ADHD kicking in or just because I'm really getting sick of editing.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Uh,
takes you like legit 8 hours for like a video or more.
yeah, sometimes
Like,
more,
oh,
yeah. And it sucks
yeah.
because, I mean, imagine if you're trying to be a streamer and a YouTuber at the same time. You're trying to make YouTube shorts, you're trying to make music.
No. You can't. Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
balance all that. You can't. Not unless you have more time on your hands, but even then, it's why I really do want. I'd like again. It's why I don't want to ask for money from my community, but I hope to eventually have my community understand that the money, like any money they donate, does go to helping me pay editors and all that to get my content out more often and at higher quality.
Yeah,
That's kind
for
of the big
sure.
hope, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely in. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
It
you
was gonna
understand the
be it was
pain.
gonna be my next thing to like look for an editor and like have the funds to do it, but then like, IRL stuff comes up and then you're like, well, I should probably now that I blew all my money to set up, I should probably save some money for like a year or something.
Yep, yep. I've poured so much money into content creation. Like building my first gaming PC was like $2,000. This
Yeah.
PC to replace it was like 3,000. Um, pouring like buying the VTuber model was like $800. Uh,
Yeah.
this
Models aren't
studio
cheap.
cost a lot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to invest a lot into this because I love doing this. I love entertaining people. I love talking with people in chat. I love making content. I want to make more and more unique content. It's just a matter of, I wish I had more. motivation and strength to do it by myself, but also more people to help out with it.
I know. I
More
know.
time.
It's hard to find people that are excited as much as you are about it, or if
Exactly.
they're like, doing it themselves, like, they're working on their own stuff.
This is why if I
But
ever get someone who's like, I would literally, if I ever see someone who's starts clipping my content and uploading clips of it as either YouTube
my
Shorts
God, yeah.
or highlight videos to their channel, I would be like, and if it's good enough, I would want to hire them. And if I
Yeah.
even, which sucks because I don't have money for that, but like I would love to have someone out there helping me get this channel off the ground.
Yeah. That
Get my career off the ground, I should say.
that'll be the day, man. Like if I ever see somebody making videos of my stuff on a YouTube channel, I'll be like, "Wow."
Yeah, yeah.
It would blow my mind, honestly.
Oh my God, yeah.
It blows my mind when people make little fan arts of my VTuber. I put all of my, like, doesn't matter what art skill level the piece is. I put my all my fan art in my BRB screen
That's
as like a
awesome.
little slideshow. Yeah,
Yeah.
cuz like that shit's like it's awesome. It means the world to me
No,
to get little
I don't
stuff.
blame you, dude. Sometimes I think fan art is so awesome to get that from people. I think it's so awesome. I really do. Oh
Yeah, I
man.
think for me as like an artist, because I'm always like when I do stream art, like I'm always like, hey, if people want to pop in, if you're an artist and you have questions and you need help on stuff, I'll help you during my stream. Like I'll just stop doing whatever I'm doing and like figure it out for you. So I have a lot of whenever I do art, I have a lot of other artists in my community that also do art and watch my stream at the same time because I'll just play music and we'll just chill.
Yeah.
But it's just like we kind of like inspire each other like back and forth on whatever we're working on. And that's like really
Gotcha.
fucking cool. Because it's hard as like an artist, as a content creator, to be inspired all the time. Like there's probably times when maybe you and I we both have time to work on stuff, but we're just not inspired to do it that day. Then we don't. And then we lose that window of opportunity to work on things. So
Yeah. Losing that spark is the worst thing ever. And I was having that happen like a week or two ago. Like just feeling like I just was not making good enough content and feeling,
yeah,
inadequate as a content creator. It
yeah.
sucks. It really
It comes in
does.
waves for sure.
It definitely does, and it sucks.
And
Oh man.
honestly, for me, new Twitter does not fucking help.
No,
Like in that, I mean, old Twitter didn't really, but new Twitter, holy shit!
new Twitter is really
Wha-
bad.
Talk about the asshole of the internet. My God, like if you want your mental health to be drained instantly, just be on Twitter all the time. And I am because I'm like addicted to it and try. I don't know. It's weird. It's the biggest slog of my life. It takes so long.
Oh yeah. The biggest thing for me, I guess, because there's some really like big creators I would love to have on this show, and I don't know if adding them on Twitter would count as calling them out. Like I feel like if I made a really nice artwork, maybe like show off my studio, and maybe I put like a little question mark over on the left side of the couch. And be like, hey, would love to have this person on my show at some time. Maybe there would be a
Yeah,
good chance of that. Because you know, I'd love to. There's some really big content creators I'd love to chat with for various reasons. For one, hell, I'd love to chat with Shy Lily. I've looked up to her for a long time now. She's a really entertaining content creator. I think she's adorable as well. Um, I think it'd be fun to talk with her about like her community, how she came to become successful, and her views on content creation and what it means to be a VTuber.
yeah. I just recently, I don't know if it was a YouTube video that she posted, like a maybe a short, but it was just her talking about, you know, kind of motivating people, like, if you don't have any assets or whatever stream stuff or model stuff, it doesn't matter. Just like keep streaming, like just fucking hit the stream button and just like Even if you have no ideas, just fucking do it. And then she showed like her old ass model that I didn't even know existed was like a Vroid model that was altered of like her character kind of. But I was like, damn, I didn't even know she was, it's weird, I guess. When people get out there, when they have like, say I got like super popular, people wouldn't know I had like a PNG at one time, or I did a Vroid model that only a few people know about. Before before I was a fox god, I was I was going for just a cat boy that is half cat boy, half Oni with lightning powers, like yellow horns. That was my original design, but then I
Yeah.
switched. Nobody knows that. Now you all know it. Oh no. I even had emotes made way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
They're really bad.
Yeah, I mean, everyone starts somewhere. Like, content
Yeah.
creators got to realize, like, we all start out somewhere. I mean, there's literally an old woman who became successful off streaming Skyrim.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Man, I just
I
like,
think I've I think I've seen that like once, but yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I I don't know. It's you gotta start somewhere, and a lot of people don't seem to realize like the more you are there to help someone, like even if it's just watching them, you are helping more than you ever know. Like being there, being a viewer, like it's so appreciated because
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
even if you're not actually watching, even if you're there lurking, just as quietly on the background, it's like you're helping it so much more than you know.
Yeah, just being a lurker and a number, like that's all I want. Like you don't have to give me shit
Hmm.
except fart noises.
I do
Whatever. Be
love
a
chatting with
lurker
people though.
and yeah.
Of course, that's my preferred way of doing things is having someone to chat with.
Yeah, sure. But I'll take it or leave it.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. There's so much I'd want to do. Perfect. Speaking my language. Wait, but you're an Aquarius Nai? What?
I am.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I don't know
Which
much about star signs. I just know like apparently I'm an Aries.
oh, okay. Hell yeah.
I
That
don't
makes
know what
sense
that
why
really
we're
means.
getting along. No,
Does it?
that means yeah, that means you're a good leader, you're headstrong. Um which makes sense. Like you're like I'm going to do a talk show. I'm going to invite people. I'm going to get out there and bring people here.
I want to host
That's so
events and do this and do that.
yeah. That's fucking Aries, like being a leader, like taking charge.
I wanted to. Here's the funny thing. I wanted to be a leader when I was younger, but then I was told I was being too bossy, so I stopped wanting to boss people around. And then I remember a job I had like a couple years ago was like they wanted to put me in a manager position, but I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Do you think I'm ready? And then they were like, can't give you the position because here's the thing. I don't want you telling me you need me to tell you when you're ready. You have to feel like you're ready to be a manager. And so big and they
What?
like which well no they were right that they're like you need to have confidence in yourself
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I think they were very right because I was like I literally told them let me like do you like I was like can you tell me when you think I'm ready to be a manager and they're like that's not for me to decide you have to know when you feel like you are ready
Gotcha.
to
Yeah.
take that step and
Nice, nice.
and yeah, I do want to be a leader. I mean, like I said, I want to plan game shows, all that. And I have learned how to put my foot down and tell people, like, I've had to become a voice of reason in my community. There's some people I've had to sit down and be like, listen, this is not okay. Or there's some people like I interviewed Liz, who I would have to tell, hey Liz, can you hold off a sec? You've been talking for a while. You gotta let me ask more questions. It's like
Yeah,
you're
Liz
taking
is
all the questions.
yeah. He's just chatty by nature.
Mm-hmm. Her my talk show episode with her was the one that went on the longest. Freaking four
Oh,
hours.
I believe it.
4 hours. I normally try to aim for two, but that one went on for four.
Holy shit. Well,
uh,
yeah, I have to say, I'm I'm feeling like really great that I'm the second person to sit in this chair.
Yeah, and you are the first, but you are also the first person who gets to sit behind that table, though.
Oh, okay.
Because that
Okay.
table asset is custom made for me now. So that's now the second custom asset. Well, third one besides the stage, I guess.
This is
Um,
like the cleanest table
it
I've
is.
ever
It's
seen in my
futuristic.
life.
Yeah, what are you doing to that table now? Oh my god. Gonna leave
I
his
needed
mark
to
on my table.
I had to inspect it closer.
I had to inspect it closer. Gotcha. Happy birthday, active. Early birthday. Yeah, my birthday's coming up. Thank you. It's next month. So, April 15th.
There you
Oh,
go,
man.
Aries.
Yeah. I was tempted to do a 24-hour live stream, but we'll see. I typically don't. Last time I did one of those, I didn't really like it that much because I didn't really make it through to the end, and it just felt like I was living off of fumes near the end.
Yeah.
They're very exhausting.
You did a 24-hour
Uh,
stream?
to start off this year, yeah. For New Year's, I did a 24-hour, or
So
attempted one.
you were like it's the new year, time to fuck up my sleep schedule.
Yep. It was a very successful stream, except for near the end, but it just it wore it like the reason I stopped is because like 4 hours before the ending, someone came to my stream. I was basically doing a just chatting stream. I just had a graphic up saying I'm chatting, but I'm exhausted, so I'm laying down. I basically sounded like I was drunk. I didn't know what I was saying.
Yeah.
But I opened my
Yeah.
eyes, I look at the chat box, and someone in the chat was like, "Oh, hello, how is your day going?" I didn't see that. And then they're like, "Are you okay?" was their second question that I didn't see. And the last was, "Okay, well, it doesn't sound like you're doing okay, so I'm going to go elsewhere."
Oh my
And I was like, "Okay, well, now I'm just going to end stream because now I'm depressed."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't think I was okay. I was very sleep deprived at that point.
Yeah. Like I feel like I mean I even tell chat, especially when I'm working on art for too long. I'll be like, "All right guys, my brain is like done." Like and I'll still kind of go, but they can tell. They can tell I'm tired because I'll just like not talk as much and try to focus hardcore on just getting a few more layers done.
Yeah, I totally
But
get that.
then you see like people leave and whatever, but I wish I could have energy all the time
Oh, yeah.
to keep going.
Very much so. I definitely think the big thing I want to do is I want to do more of my tournaments, but definitely more of this talk show. I like it. It's just I want to do something that can be more exciting for people to watch than just watching two creators sit down and talk. So having more things like an actual like at their stakes to winning, like maybe the winner gets to write at tweets on the two losers' profiles on Twitter or something.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, like the game show stuff would definitely be really cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be a
Um,
lot of fun.
I'm sure like people have streamed game show type stuff before. The first one actually saw like on Twitch was one that Fillion did with Numi. It was like a little
Yeah.
date thing. Um, but that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah. I love
Kept me
how
entertained.
Fillion did one of those with just random VTubers and people from chat and all that. And my friend Nariko Sai was on there. And
Oh,
she
nice.
she freaking so Fillion so Nariko said basically something about favorite VTuber and Fillion goes, "Oh, who is wait, so am I your favorite VTuber?" And Nariko goes, "Oh no, it's Zentreya." And Fillion just freaked out.
Favorite
Oh my god.
VTuber? Not you.
Not you. It's just like, oh my god. Roasted Fillion on her dating show. It was so funny. I found that so hilarious, dude. Nari's awesome. I'm planning to have her back on this talk show at some point, but I want to have her and Liz at the same time since it seems like they've become good friends. So I'm tempted to have them both on.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's right. You're kind of like you're almost in the position to be like a gatekeeper of like I know who would get along with this person or
yeah.
whatever, or
I'm,
like you kind of
Oh
bring
yeah,
people together.
me and my bud Quizzy, we introduced Nari to Liz because Liz, what we were like telling Liz, hey, we think Nari would be an awesome guest on your talk show you do with Evanito and Usagi.
Yeah.
So we said that, and And then they became friends because we managed to get Nari's attention. She hopped in my Discord server and chatted with Liz, and they hit it off, and I was very happy.
That's so cool.
Snacker, she blew up hella fast. Who did?
Oh, Fillion. Yeah.
Yeah,
She calls all of her chat snackers.
yeah, she definitely blew up fast. I mean, even Nari is. She's now. When I met Nari, she was averaging like 15 viewers. Now she's averaging like 50.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, Nari's super entertaining, so it's very well deserved. And yeah, Fillion's blown up a lot. I would love to have Fillion on this show. I like there's some VTubers I would absolutely love to have on this show at some point. I just don't know how to reach out to them without because I'm a small content creator, you know?
Yeah, it's weird because it's weird because it's like, do you message them and then completely ruin any other future tries, I guess? If they
Yeah.
like block you or like you never know, like whatever. But it's weird because it's like I sometimes wonder if like these big content creators, I know they're busy all the time, but I wonder if they're like sad because people don't reach out to them.
Some of them I think are. I've seen it too. Like I've seen some of them be actually sad that people aren't reaching out.
Yeah,
So honestly, there's some I'm very tempted to reach out to and see if they'd say yes. And taking risks is important. You do miss 100% of shots you don't take, so make your shot count. You know.
yeah,
So
for
there's
sure.
some of them I definitely want to ask. I definitely think a big one I want to ask is Evanito. Would love to have him on the show. For
Yeah, I
one,
think that's a good start because you know Liz. I mean, that would make sense.
yeah, I'm very tempted to ask him or Usagi, Liz and Evan's other friend. I think she'd be fun to talk to as well.
Yeah,
I want to have so many people. And the thing is, not just I don't want to just do the talk show. I want to like make these connections and then do things with these people.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Whether that's and then later on invite them to contests, maybe drag them down a rabbit hole or a foxhole, drag them down one there's so many creators. Like there's a Halo YouTuber called Hidden Xperia. I would absolutely love to have on the show and just like, literally just nerd out about Halo with him for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. I don't know if he'd say yes, but I'm very tempted to ask. I don't know if he's a big fan of VTubers, but and the thing is, I guess here's the thing. Being a talk show host does give me the benefit of inviting people to a show. And I think with this stage looking as professional as it does, I probably might have a very good chance of getting people to say yes.
Yeah.
I think, personally.
I was kind of like I was impressed when you were like, "Hey, here's the new space for us to hang out." I was like, "This is so cool."
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like
I,
it.
I'm glad it was done before I got here too, because it's sweet.
Oh, man.
I love the just the nature that's coming into the space too.
Oh, yeah. How it looks like it's futuristic, but there's a lot of nature.
Yeah,
I know.
love
It
it.
was interesting they made it so there's grass inside the building. That I was not like this. They came up with this design pretty much all on their own. I just was like, I like futurism and I like grass. And I showed them so I thought they'd do like maybe like a few utopia like a backdrop with like flying cars or something. But if anything, I like this more.
You're
The,
just forcing everybody, all the streamers, to touch grass at this
yes,
point.
I am. I guess you could say that. Oh my
It's a
god.
trap. It's a trap, everybody.
It kind of is, yeah. Oh my god.
Little
Oh
do they
man.
know.
Uh,
Toes are in it.
I could just make a list of tweets, I guess, and put them out. Like, be like, the reason why I want to talk to this person on the talk show. I could do. I don't know. I'll figure something out, I guess. I really do. I want to expand my ability to talk to people because I don't know. Have it like if that becomes my thing on YouTube, I'm a talk show host. What's your Genesis as my show? I'd love that. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, I think that's a great title too.
Yeah. What's your Genesis stands for what's your origin?
Yeah.
Like tell me about it. It's like just like asking like tell me what made you who you are.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious like for you, so are you much of a gamer?
I've been gaming all my life. I think I started gaming when I was like 3. I
Hey,
never
probably the same as
stopped.
me. I think it's around. It's pretty much the same as me. What kind of games did you grow up playing?
Um, I think so. I know it's either Nintendo or like Sega Genesis. I had a Genesis, so I was much into Sonic and stuff. Um, then from there, it went PlayStation route. So I had a like a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I skipped 3 because, Xbox became a thing. GameCube was a thing.
Yeah.
I mainly got Xbox because Halo came out.
Yeah,
Nobody
I
nobody
was
was
mainly
talking about it.
Xbox, Nintendo, so it was like Xbox, Xbox 360, Game Boy, GameCube, DS's, 3DS.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what I grew up on. I only played a little bit of PlayStation, not too much, but a little bit.
I even went back to like Atari
Oh,
and
really?
the first at-home computer is Commodore 64. My dad had 2 of them. Oh, I played some shit on that. Like wild shit that you didn't even think existed.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty cool though. It's like you have a it came like I think the hard drive was built into the monitor and it came with a keyboard. And that was and I think you had to buy some controls separate. Kind of like they kind of like I think Atari came out and then Commodore was like, "Well, we got to make Atari like controllers with the joystick." And then they did that.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
yeah, very very interesting historical gaming things.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I've been tempted to play some of the old consoles here and there, but I bet I would need to get an emulator rather than actually get the console at this point. Like if I wanted to
Oh
buy an
yeah, yeah,
Atari,
yeah.
I bet it'd be super expensive. Plus, I don't know how I would stream it if I wanted to stream any of the old stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I know there for a while they were bringing out those like controllers that had the games in them and you just plug them into your TV kind of a thing.
Yeah, yeah, I remember those too. Also, it
Yeah, I don't
reminds
know
me for some reason, you remember how they tried making toothbrushes that would, when you brushed your teeth, would play music in your head?
what.
They did that. I don't know if they were ever successful, but like for the longest time, like on Cartoon Network or Disney Channel or a Nickelodeon, you'd get commercials about these toothbrushes that when you brush your teeth, they're like that they like the more you brush your teeth, the more the song would play.
Oh my,
So
that's
like as you brush your teeth, like you'd hear like All Star in your head while you brush your teeth. So it's like,
I mean, I
oh
would go
man,
insane, but maybe that I don't know. Maybe their marketing was like this is an incentive for kids to brush their teeth more to hear the song. But I feel like that's
yeah.
more of like a what's the thing when you ring a bell, you train a dog to get some food and you ring the bell. It'll always come when they hear the bell even if there's no food kind of a thing.
Yeah, yeah, I think I've heard about that as well.
Yeah, that's like one of those things. Like if you hear the song like out in public, you're gonna want to brush your teeth.
Yeah, that's
Probably why
true.
it didn't become a thing.
Yeah, it can be weird.
Yeah, I think music is the easiest thing for the human brain to memorize as well.
I think. Yeah, songs, all that, like, I don't know. There's a lot of very let's see. I'm also telling Liz him right interviewing him right now. So that way
Oh.
she can know. That way I'm because I just DM'd her like I just was like nice an awesome guest and she said, "Aw, nice." Oh man. I think I had an idea actually, and this is probably actually a really good idea. I might ask her if she'd be down if I message her and be like, do you think I'd be able to get the entire cast of Friends, her group she has for like her talk
Yeah.
show group. I wonder if I could ask her to invite like Evan and Usagi both to be on the show.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'd love it. It'd be
Honestly.
also my first time having multiple people on the talk show.
Okay, yeah. Well, I assume your computer will not explode.
I should be fine. Especially like, I mean, again, I'm not playing a game. I'm just putting VTuber models on screen.
True. Well, except for Evan, but
Yeah, Evan will be the easy one. I just have to create like a
you need,
box to put him above, probably
yeah,
floating
yeah,
above
yeah.
the other
You need
two.
that screen. You need the screen drop down
Yeah,
just for him.
I'll create something like a very quick like image to drop him in. Like I'll chroma key it that way I can put him in or something. I don't know how I'll set it up, but I can probably figure it out. Hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know much about chroma keying out stuff. I might be able to figure something out. Maybe it'd be a little bit difficult, but I think I'd be able to figure something out. Hopefully, probably
Yeah,
would have to do square corners.
speaking of like tech stuff, like it's really cool. I've seen a lot of VTubers just doing and finding different things, and some of the stuff out there is pretty wild that are kind of like implementations of things in streams.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's inspiring to see like people finding this stuff and like doing, and it's like weird too because they'll have stuff, and then you just kind of like see what works and what doesn't, and then you switch things off and like refine things. But I don't know.
Yeah. Tech is very interesting. There's a lot of cool things that people have set up, but a lot of it's either coding or just having a lot of tech to work with. Like some people like make very good use of their stream decks, whereas I barely use it and I really should use it more.
Yeah, I know there's more stuff that you can do to this, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
agree.
You never know.
I have it just a simple. I have some simple buttons, and then I don't know, some folders happening.
That's
That's
fair.
about it. Yeah.
What sort of what games would you say is some of your favorites that you've ever played?
My favorite games. So it's going back to the horror genre.
Ooh,
My favorite
okay.
games are Silent Hill and Fatal Frame.
Oh, interesting. I've
Like
heard a
those
lot about
series.
Silent Hill, of course.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just for me, there's just something about playing a horror game, turning off all the lights, and then wearing headphones like at night.
Yeah.
You're just
Oh
like,
God.
no.
I'm like,
You're like,
no, I'm
hard
good.
pass.
I'm like, I disagree. I'm good. I don't need to do that in the dark.
There's some. All right, so like some audio recording is really good in the Silent Hill games because it's all about like atmosphere and stuff. So just I don't know, having headphones for games like that makes a completely different experience.
Oh, I definitely
Yeah.
can. I mean, especially like even taking it a step further is doing a horror game in VR.
Yeah, I haven't done that, but
I have, and it's terrifying. I did that for freaking
yeah,
FNAF VR, and it's a whole monster. I literally I was gonna stream it. I was supposed to stream the entirety of the game, but after like an hour or two, I just had to take it off because I started feeling sick to my stomach with the
sure.
anxiety,
Yeah, yeah.
and I just haven't returned to it since because it just I don't want to feel like that again.
What was in the game? Was there was monsters in the game?
Well, yeah,
Like
it's
was
FNAF,
chasing you?
Five Nights at Freddy's, VR.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so it's like you got giant robot monsters trying to kill you.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I don't
Nightmares
know.
for days.
Yeah, big nightmare inducement right there.
But
Oh
I don't
man.
know. But besides horror stuff, I don't know. I feel like I play a lot of different genres. I like FPS games.
FPS can be fun. Yeah, I that's one of my preferred. At this point, though, I don't know. My genre tastes have gone so wide. I don't really know what my favorite genre is. I just play whatever I enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't
I
like battle
like
royale though.
yeah, I mean that's its own genre. Well, that's its own like somebody making a genre based off of a game type from an
Yeah,
FPS game, basically.
pretty much. Yep.
That's like saying we're gonna make a franchise based off of Capture the Flag or something. Like a game type, right?
That's fair. That's fair. That you're pretty right about that.
I mean, back in the day, uh, the old school battle royale was just called an elimination match. Like
Yeah.
you would scroll down through there, be like, okay, death match, team death match, capture the flag. Oh, elimination. You only get one life. Okay, that's it.
Gotcha. Oh man. No, that's very fair. That's fair. I will say though, I'm starting to get a bit overheated. I think that my room is getting a bit hot, and also I don't know. We've been talking for a while. My voice is also getting a little bit hoarse, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think it's a good time to wind down. But thank you so much for joining me. You've been a wonderful guest.
Hell yeah, this is so cool. Thanks for having me. Thanks for just doing this and being yourself and just chilling.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I just try to give have a really down to earth, really nice conversation with people one on one.
Yeah,
You know,
this is
I don't
really cool.
I don't really have a theme. I don't try to make it into really engaging content. I don't, I also don't try to clickbait it. I'm just here to have a good time.
Yeah, this was fun. Definitely, I would love to fucking do this again
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
I might invite you on in the future. I don't know if it'll be a talk show. We'll see, or I might it might be something else I'll pull you into, like whether that's like a VTuber game show of some kind that I want to
Yeah,
do.
if you need a guinea pig for that, I'm there.
All right, sounds good. Uh, I have one that I'm tempted to do that's outright stealing ideas from Rooster Teeth, but
Yeah,
like because
is it billion dollars? But
no, there's one from On the Spot that I absolutely love where they will read off a prompt and it'll be like things not to say to a child in an orphanage, and then you give the contestant a letter of the alphabet like C, and then so it's like, all right, Liz Justice, you're starting with the letter C, go, and it's like I put like 60 seconds on the clock or something for each round or something, and the people have to say what comes to their mind, and it's like it goes around the table, and like it's like they, every time someone says something, I say yes or no if that's a point, and then if it is a point or whether it's not a point, it moves on to the next person.
that sounds awesome.
I'm tempted to take that because it's super fun.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the content creation. Like, I remember after the streamer awards when Connor and Ludwig were doing like their beer tier list. Ludwig was just like, I'd take people's ideas all the time and I do it my way.
Yep, yep,
Like, what you
exactly,
gotta do.
exactly. Oh man, but yeah, I very much appreciate you hopping on here. Definitely
Oh
want to
yeah.
chat with you more. And thank you everyone so much for watching. For any of you who did tune in, whether you stuck around for the ending or not, or if you're coming here after the stream has turned into a VOD, either way, I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is episode 2 of What's Your Genesis, my new talk show. So yeah, thank you again, Nai, for being such a wonderful guest, and
Yeah.
definitely need to talk to you more in the future.
Oh
So
yeah.
this is where we're ending it here, everyone. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.